LAPD approves because they won't get blamed. Keefe working a 9 to 5. Dupree got drafted, got a promotion. For every time they get too close, they get shut down. It happened to Greg. It happened to Russell. Man had a heart attack. As they say, this too much. This too much.
Smacking, cracking, and watching. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe.
Unsolved. The murders of Tupac and the Notorious b.i.g. This is the season finale for season 1, episode number 10. What a great dang on series. They started off strong out the dang on gate, y'all. We have this guy flying on a motorcycle, getting it all through the town, and you're trying to figure out immediately, okay, we in the West. Is this a gang-related thing? We get this very eerie at the traffic light, something we're extremely familiar with because of what happened to both of these guys in a vehicle getting gunned down. Tragic, just horrible. We got the Lexus, we got the motorcycle. My favorite car, if y'all watch one of my other reviews about it, my dream car, you see it, the IROC Z, that beautiful burgundy car. T-bones the bike, driver goes flying up in the air, and I'm like, dang, is this what we doing? We doing crazy setup. This what we doing? We doing we doing in traffic stuff now. This is crazy. Who is this guy? Who is he? To make things even worse, we see dude get out with a Uzi and black Air Force Ones and a bandana around his mouth. That's never good. This man is dead, gunned down, slain in the middle of the roadway. How do you start an opener off? Wow. I love the music. I love the music, and I'll say it again. Let the church say, yes, amen. That was, I do believe, a sampled song. Husband all coughing in my background. But I do believe it was a sample song because the Gap Band, Charlie Wilson, y'all know Charlie. Hey girl, how you doing? My name is Charlie. Last name Wilson. He sang with the Gap Band, and I'm pretty sure don't mean that I don't want you. I'm pretty sure that's the song that was sampled. Let's get into this finale. Make sure y'all hit like, comment, and subscribe. Now the shade of it all has to deal with Lil Half Dead saying Pac stole a song. And we know swagger jacking and stealing people's lyrics and ghostwriting or whatnot. It's a real thing, and the folks who created it or took a line here, borrowed a hook, and compensated for their work. Not to go and say, like, someone who's considered one of the top 5, your top 5 MCs of all time, to say that they stole someone's songs or stole someone's lyrics, that's kind of messed up. I never heard of Lil Half Dead. Lil Half Dead sounds like something that would be in a skit in a Def Comedy Jam set. This is doing too much, telling all y'all business in your name. Lil Half Dead, Lil 40 sipper or something. You know what I mean? Like why do all that? But I thought that was kind of like a slap in the face. You know, don't talk ill of the dead type of thing. So what do y'all think? Drop a comment below if you feel like, sure enough, maybe some of the greatest MCs stole a line, or maybe they were forced to use a line from somebody else's stuff. What do you do when you don't run the label? You don't. I mean, Clive Davis probably told Whitney Houston, you better take what Diana Ross said in this book. You better do a rip like Patti LaBelle. Who knows? Just words to think about. But Russell Poole meets Greg Kading, and I thought that was a dope situation to have them meet and collab on ideas. You have the guy who almost did it but had to be pulled back, and you have the guy who's almost there now who's being pulled back currently. And when two worlds collide, what do you do? Because you both want to be the guy to say, hey, I solved it, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to work. So for Russell to contact the task force, I thought that was really cool. Naturally, they would not meet in a building. I was like, there's no freaking way that Russell would be comfortable enough to go where all eyes watching. To see him go to where old boy on the TV show Snowfall, where you remember, if some of y'all who watching this show probably watch Snowfall. Hopefully y'all rock with me on the Snowfall reviews, and I got a lot of views off of those. But when he was in the car and they were like out kind of in that desert kind of land that we saw Kading and Poole meet up. Old boy was in the backseat and he had to kick out the backseat and they were fighting and he was running around and they finally got him and pop, he dead in the middle of nowhere. That's that same feel that they gave us in this in that scene. As far as security, we saw before Pooch Hall from the game. He was on here being Frankie Alexander, and now we got Reggie White the Third, I think the name was. He's kind of spilling the beans, and he's the same dude who, when they had the warrant and they went up in death row, he was the same one with the mom jeans. Who I was like, okay, get it. He was just standing there. He was just standing there like, y'all not gonna find anything. So Greg is using a letter, which is all the way bogus. This was so freaking shady. So Greg is using a letter to get Teresa's confession on basically her involvement, regarding their involvement with Poochie and Suge Knight and this whole plot to kill somebody. That was shady, man. That's some messed up stuff, because it was hook, line, and sinker at that moment. But before that, to them it was like, yo, this is a Hail Mary. We got one last bullet in the chamber. What if she doesn't bite? And she came in there. The thing is, if she didn't want to snitch or she didn't want to talk, she would not have arrived. The fact that she came anyway showed that she was willing. But they kept showing her watch. You know, she's dressed real nice. She's leaving, pulling up in a Maserati. Her life is going to be drastically affected by this whole court case or whatnot. So they want her to just plot and scheme on her baby father. It's like, oh, we want to put him away for you want to put him away for good, but she has kids with him. Michelle A has kids with him. I'm sure a whole bunch of other people do. So it's like, these people won't have a father, no matter what he did. I'm just saying, yeah, his charges or whatnot, but it was just real shady. It was real kind of nasty. And it's crazy too, because I understand jurisdiction, totally. But this is blamed completely on Suge, and yet Diddy is still out here doing his thing with Ciroc and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, this dude's rotting in a cell. It's kind of messed up. We saw how they treated Russell Poole like he was just, like he had the plague. Like, if you get near me, we're going to get leprosy. That's how they treated him, like he was just on fire and no one had a fire extinguisher. It was sad, but he let it inflame his insides, and he just couldn't do anything outside of the case. I have to solve it, and it just took his health. I feel sorry for the guy, because he just seemed like he was just tormented with this case, the same way Miss Wallace was tormented, the same way Afeni, I'm sure, felt. It sucked. You have the family mourning, you have other people involved, and like I said early on in the episode, there's something that everybody who knows something is probably dead. Whether Poochie did it, whether Suge did it, whether it's a bunch of unknown folks who will never know. The weapons of car is probably all gone. The people that never talk, and the ones who do talk, what have you got out of it in 20-something years? It's unfortunate, but for them to recreate all these scenes, I think they did a pretty good job on USA. Shouts out to them. A lot of shows, you know, they give you that cheesy Lifetime feel, and they actually did a good job. Even though we kind of were frustrated, like, why is Snoop looking like that? That doesn't look like him. Oh my goodness. Really, this is the Biggie and Pac they gave you. Yeah, you had to let it grow. And then you learn, okay, it was perfect. Everything was good. I loved all the celebrity appearances on here. I wouldn't even say that it was a cameo. It was just very good casting that they chose everyone, from Haitian Jack to Lamar, Tate on here being Keefer D. I wish they would have told us more on what happened to the other detectives after they left. Like, we never saw Wendell Pierce again. What happened to Mirabon's character? What happened to the other guy? Let me know what you guys thought about this series, this episode, this 10 episode limited series. I think it was pretty good. Until next time.